Hey Gemini, welcome to the Violet Flora Tarot. This is going to be your monthly reading. We're going to pull some oracle, this is the Psychic Tarot Oracle, and then we're going to pull some tarot cards for you. So we're going to explore the energy around you, what might be coming in. We're going to explore love, career, finances, all the good stuff. So let's jump in, Gemini. I'm excited for you. Let's get the overall energy around Gemini right now. What do we need to know for Gemini? What does Gemini need to know? Okay, we have solitude, material and spiritual prosperity, and passion ignited. And then the bottom of the deck is the sacral chakra. Okay. So there seems to be some heavy manifestation going on here. So you may have been taking time to, like a lot of time by yourself, to figure out what you're passionate about and how to turn that into wealth or turn that into success, that material and spiritual prosperity. This is really interesting. All right, let me pull some tarot cards now for my Gemini. Why is solitude? Oop, this one fell out. Solitude. 8 of Wands. Okay. 2 of Swords and the Hierophant. Okay. 7. Okay. In the bottom of the deck is the 7 of Swords. So I think that you have been, you may have been coming out of past experiences where maybe you didn't really trust people around you with that 7 of Swords, or you were worried about people stealing your ideas, and maybe they did, right? So you've been really keeping quiet and keeping to yourself. But I think with the solitude, it's almost as if like you were waiting to come forward and come out. Like you were waiting for you to be really clear on how you wanted to communicate that to the world, right? With the 8 of Wands. But I think that a lot of people around you don't really know what you've been up to, because I think you've been really closed off to people. And maybe you also had to block certain things out around you so you could really focus. That's the vibe I'm getting with that. Okay, why is material and spiritual wealth, spiritual prosperity there? We have the High Priestess, the Moon, okay, and the Knight of Pentacles. I think that you've been secretly working on this for a long time, like very slowly. Like you've been tending to this over time, very slowly, but you've been trusting your intuition. And I think this may be something that you have always known was going to be very successful. Maybe this is like an idea that you've had, or like a career avenue that you've decided to take. But I think that you might be coming to a point where you're ready to let the world know. Maybe you've developed better boundaries around like how to maintain your intellectual property, right? Especially in the past, if you've dealt with people kind of, taking ideas, or what's that phrase? Riding on your coattails. I think that you have learned from those painful experiences. Okay, passion ignited. Why is that there? Let's see, Gemini. Okay, we have the Death card. Oh, and these two came out. Death card, the Hermit, the 3 of Cups, and the Temperance card. This is a very slow, methodical energy, Gemini. So like the Hermit and the Solitude, those go hand in hand, right? So you have been really to yourself, really tapping into your higher self, to really get a better idea of like where you're going. But I think the point in time where you were doing things that didn't bring you passion, or like just kind of felt blah to you, I think you're done with that. With the passion ignited and the 3 of Cups, this is you doing things that you actually enjoy, that you actually want to do. And with that material and spiritual prosperity, right? This is something that maybe makes you a lot of money, and also is like very fruitful emotionally too. And Temperance. Yeah, I think that this is something that you have worked really hard at, like balancing, like keeping it to yourself and doing a lot of hard work behind the scenes. And with the bottom of the deck, we have the Emperor card. So you're the boss at this. You have methodically like planned out how you were going to go about doing this, and you've made it happen. This makes me really happy for you, Gemini, especially with that passion ignited. All right, I want to explore Gemini's love life. Let me see what time. Okay. I want to explore Gemini's love life. Let me really shuffle these up. You know what? I think I'm going to switch decks. I'm going to use my beautiful rose gold Rider-Waite deck. I love this deck. All right, let's go for my single Gemini. What is the energy of their love life? Single Gemini. What do they need to know right now? The Tower. Okay. Ooh, in the World. Okay, so there was possibly, for my single Gemini, bottom of the deck, the Fool card. For my single Gemini, there may have been an abrupt ending. Maybe you found something out that wasn't so kosher, or something happened and you realized that situation was not for you. And it may have caught you off guard, but it was like the ending of a chapter, like time's up, done, right? And I think that you're off, ready to put yourself out there again, especially if you've been hesitant, right? A lot of times when something happens abruptly and we're blindsided, we can want to kind of keep to ourselves, and we could be really afraid to put ourselves out there. But with the Fool card, it's confirmation. I think it's time to put yourself out there. Let me see, what is coming in for single Gemini? What can they expect in the love department, romantic love? What's coming in for Gemini, single Gemini? Okay, so we have the Five of Wands, the Nine of Pentacles, and the King of Swords. Bottom of the deck is the Page of Pentacles. You are like rising above drama. If you historically have maybe chosen partners who maybe weren't the healthiest mentally, or maybe even you have learned ways to better like regulate your emotions, show up better in relationships, to like really leave that drama in the past. Any like unnecessary conflict, I really think that you're leaving it, because with the King of Swords, he is like cut and dry, right? Like he's either take it or leave it. So I think that you are, with the Page of Pentacles, you're giving people a chance, but like once they blow that chance, you're like cutting it. And I think that's going to help you use better discernment to choose the right partner for you. And with the High Priestess, you're going to be using your intuition. When it's time to go, it's time to go. But the Two of Cups just showed its face. So, and the Lovers. So what is this telling me? There could be a potential for a like higher divine counterpart coming in. So keep an eye out. But I think with that King of Swords is really using your discernment. So I think that seems pretty positive. There seems to be growth in the like romantic love department. All right, how about my Gemini who are involved? Let me get the energy around my involved Gemini. We have the Moon, the Hierophant, and the Two of Pentacles. Bottom of the deck, the Judgment card. I think that you are going to get better at like expressing your wants and your needs in a relationship. And I think that that's going to bring like a deeper commitment, because you may have been going back and forth of like, okay, do I share this with my partner? Do I not share this with my partner? But the more we hold in, the more we don't get our needs met, and the more resentment we hold. But with that Judgment card, it's like, yeah, you are calling things out as you see it. And that doesn't mean that to be nitpicky, but I think it's just getting better at expressing what needs to be expressed. And you might notice that it deepens the bond or the commitment, because relationships don't really thrive on secrets, you know? With that Moon card, you got to be careful that you're not like holding in these secret resentments and not communicating. What's coming in? So, okay, make sure, so if you have a history of like, how do I put this? Having a hard time apologizing, I think with this Page of Cups, it's like embracing that more, embracing that it's okay to admit that you're wrong and to apologize. Also, what this is telling me for my Gemini who are involved, make sure that you are open to other people's apologies, that you are not kind of digging your heels in and not accepting, like not truly accepting apologies from your partner, your person. Because with healthy relationships does come a lot of forgiveness. And I'm absolutely not saying forgive, like, you know, absolutely outrageous, unacceptable things, but that's like totally up to you. You get to decide like what you forgive and what you don't forgive. But I think when we don't forgive, it can kind of keep us in this mental prison, the like resentments that we hold on to or the pain that we hold on to, right? Because when somebody apologizes to us, that is helping them feel better and them feeling like they are doing something to help the relationship. But if we are not accepting it, it's keeping us really stuck, like stuck in the past even too. All right, let me get, I'm gonna use this deck still. I like this deck. I'm vibing with it right now. Let's get, that fell out, the star. We're gonna do career, like career and money for my Gemini. So you have the star. This is really positive. So this could be like really shining at work, whatever you do for work. If you own a business, this could be you being seen more, you being recognized for what you do, and also like held in a high regard for whatever it is that you do. Like being known for delivering high quality work and a high quality service. We also have the Sun card. Great combo. Okay, so what's coming in for Gemini job, money, career? Okay, so side note, I know this is career, but there's a love message that's coming in. There's opportunities to deepen love and deepen commitment in a relationship. And I want you to bookmark that, right? But it's focusing on what brings like beauty and happiness and joy into a connection. So back to job, money, career. I think, and for some of you, you might like work in like the law field, not all of you, but this is like the Justice card. Really excelling in that field. But if you, whatever job that you do, I think that this is like you're getting back what you put out. So you're like, if you felt like you've been really spinning your wheels, I think that this is an indication that the hard work is going to pay off and you're going to see like be rewarded for it. I also see you using a lot more of your intuition at work. Let me see, let me get some like money, okay? Okay, the Five of Swords keeps showing its face. Why do I keep, I'm gonna pull this here. Why do I keep pulling the Five of Swords here for Gemini career? Bottom of the deck, the King of Pentacles. I love him in a career reading for sure. So I think the Five of Swords is like, you may have kind of done a deep dive with this Page of Swords of like where your money is going, or like at work, like the work that you're putting in, are you being properly compensated for that, right? Maybe this is like reassessing, because there may have been like historically you putting in a lot of work and not, you know, feeling like you're getting a lot back and feeling like resentment and feeling just like not very positive about the whole experience. But I think that you have the opportunity to make moves and make changes that can improve your income, improve how you feel about what you do, all that good stuff. All right, Gemini, let me get you a career and life oracle. Let's see, from my Gemini. Okay, on the table, many choices and journey. And then bottom of the deck, we have movement. On the table, time to put your demands on the table and get serious about what you want. Ask for a raise, a promotion, or a step up. Totally. And this might be how you obtain that King of Pentacles, right? Is kind of recognizing your worth and the value that you bring and asking for more, asking for better, You deserve that. Many choices. You have options, even if you don't see them right now. Get creative and look around. Pull a card for each option to see what's best. Journey. You may move to a new place for work or travel for work. Exploring the world gives you experience you need to succeed. Love it. Movement. You'll make good progress now, and you will be able to overcome any obstacles in your path. Big leaps forward are possible. I think that there's some big changes coming for you, Gemini, in your job, money, career. And I think it's going to take some courage and some bravery, but you're totally capable of it. But remember, it's also about knowing that you deserve it, that you deserve better. All righty, we are going to cap the reading with a Divine Angel Oracle card. I love these cards. Let me get a Divine Angel Oracle card. Ooh, these came out together for Gemini. We have Transformation 555 and Adaptability 765. Boop. Release old habits, embrace new opportunities for growth, and trust in the universe plan for you. Yeah, so those habits of not speaking up or advocating for yourself, it's like adopting new ways of like embracing those new opportunities. Adaptability. You are flexible and capable of facing changes. Trust in your strength to navigate any challenge that arise. Totally. I think that you are really stepping into your power, Gemini. So there's your reading. I hope you have a great day. We'll talk soon. Bye, Gemini. Toodles.